Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the Mom Connection. Happy Wednesday. It's been so long, you guys. We
I
missed you.
know. We have been doing mom life because you know how crazy that has been. We haven't had time for anything, I feel like.
Literally. I feel like we're that TikTok, the one that says, "Did you miss us? Because we missed you." You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
If you all don't
that
know,
is
then it
us.
sounds so stupid right now. But if you do know, then you know what I'm talking about.
That is definitely us, how we feel.
It is. It is. How have you been, Erica? How's life been in the past 2 weeks that we haven't?
I know. Life has been lifing. It's been so busy. Birthdays, my birthday, Carmelo's birthday's coming up. We had concerts. We were in El Paso. We just have been nonstop, literally. Every day
How
we
was
have
your
practiced for
birthday?
something. It was fun. We had a little cookout here. We did a little water slide, drank, had friends over. It was a good time. We had fun.
Nice. I saw you
Yeah.
drinking margaritas or taking shots on your Instagram, girl, living your life.
Girl, it was a hot mess. It's funny because like 2 weeks before my birthday, I went out with my soccer mom friends and we went to have margaritas. And the place where we went to is like buy a margarita and get a margarita free. So, dude, I lost count, but I was so drunk at like 5 p.m.
Girl, that's the
It
way to
was
do
so
it. That's how
bad,
you know
but
you
it was
had
so
fun.
much fun. Yeah, it was so much fun. I made some friends at the grocery store and it was a good time. But
Well, that's that's good. That's a place to make friends at
I
the
know.
grocery store.
Now I gotta get, it's probably gonna, we're going back to El Paso this weekend. It's gonna be more drinking and I don't know.
Fun.
I'm excited. How are you
Don't be
doing?
scared. Be excited.
How have you been these past 2 weeks, mom lifing?
Mom life has been momming like completely these past 2 weeks. Me and Erica were talking about recording the episodes, and my son got strep, and then Ava got strep. And then as they were healing, they both got hand, foot, mouth the next week. So I was just nonstop, not just me, like me and Isaiah were both just nonstop with the kids. And if your children have never had hand, foot, mouth, I pray that they never get it because it
It's
is
horrible.
horrible. The blisters in their throat are so painful. Not that I've experienced it, but you can just tell. Like Josh was drooling from not wanting to swallow his saliva. It was horrible. It was a very hard and long 2 weeks. And then my wonderful husband, he is dad of the year. I had to leave to go out of town for work to the office in Phoenix. And I left my kids here with my husband. And the same thing happened last year. Josh got hand, foot, mouth, and I had to leave to Phoenix around the same time. And I had to leave him with my husband. So I don't know if I'm sure you experienced it, Erica, but I had like the worst mom guilt because I met up with Erica. I had drinks with Erica. We went out to eat and I was enjoying myself, but I had that in the back of my mind. Like I felt so guilty for enjoying myself, knowing that like I left my kids here. Given this trip for work was planned months ago, but my kids get sick every time I'm going to go out of town. Like the week before, it never fails. It's like they know. So I was struggling. I would like go to the back to the hotel, text my husband, call my kids, and I just felt bad. Like I felt like I was doing wrong by going to work and, enjoying that time. I don't know. I felt bad. I didn't fully enjoy it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you feel that like now you have to let Isaiah like go out and like do something because he was with the kids for not so long? Obviously, it's not like it's a job, but it is overwhelming. We know because we have the kids all the time. Do you feel like
Mm-hmm.
now like it's his turn, not to like go on a trip or whatever, but like to have like more alone time or like go to the gym as much as he wants? Like, do you feel like you need to like let him, like you step up more and let him enjoy his time?
I do, but I don't think we should feel that way. It's weird. I'm so conflicted. Like I'm like I told him go to the gym. After I got home from the airport, like I was with the kids, whatever, and I was like go to the gym, like leave, like bye. And then there's a Commanders game coming up in Arizona. And I told him, go with your dad, go with your friends, like go for the weekend, like just real quick, like go for yourself. He's so cute though. He's like, he's like, I want to go, but I want to go with you. And I'm like, well, we can't because we can't leave the kids. But I do feel that. But in a way, I'm like, is it like, why do we, I don't know if I'm the only mom, but I'm like, why do I feel that? Like, they're his kids too. I left for 4 days. It wasn't like a month. That's what I do all the time when he works all day. I'm like, why do I feel guilt for him too to be like, oh, go do what you want when it's kind of like that's what I do every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's not like you came here to like party or like do a bunch of stuff. Like you came
Mhm.
here for work. Granted, we went to
Mhm.
go have dinner one night and you went out with your coworkers. Like that's different. Like I feel like that is like something you have to do for work and you have to do it, that you shouldn't feel like I need to give you more time to yourself now.
Exactly, but I do. Like, even though he didn't ask, like I'm telling you, that night that I got home, I did. I got with the kids. We got them ready for bed, and then I was like, okay, like go ahead, go to the gym. And he did go to the gym. But I feel like I need to do that. I don't know why, like he didn't
Yeah.
ask, but I did. I'm the one that did say, and he didn't hesitate to say, okay, bye. But he did, like he did leave. But I'm sure you felt that too, because we both got our masters, right? Your bachelor's, but you were studying, right? Like you
Mhm.
had to study, you had to do homework. When you did that, like, did you feel guilty? Like when you would tell the kids, like, hold on, like I'm studying, or hold on, I have homework, even though it's something that's bettering yourself for their future, whether it's your job, whatever it is, you still felt guilty, no?
Yeah,
Well,
for
you don't have,
sure.
you can say no, but
No, I
I'm just
did.
assuming.
But I think it's also because they were young. They didn't understand yet. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if I was to go back to school now and like go for my master's, which I'm not because I don't have that time right now. But if
Mm-hmm.
I was, I feel like they would understand now because Carmelo's at the age where he gets it. Like even me going to the store by myself, he's like, "Oh yeah, you need your time alone or you need a break from us."
Mm-hmm.
Like this weekend when we go to El Paso, we're going without the kids. And I feel super guilty. I'm like, "Oh, I feel bad, like, we're not bringing them." And George is like, "We also need time for me and you. Like, the kids are at home.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be with your mom. They're gonna be safe. Like, we're literally gonna go. All we're doing is our events and coming home. Like, we're not gonna go to Disney or to the beach or like something that they're gonna enjoy. It's
Yeah.
literally gonna be a quick trip. But in my mind, I'm like, I feel so bad. Like they're gonna be alone, they're gonna be bored, they're not gonna know what to do, which obviously they're gonna be bored even though we're home. But I
Mm-hmm.
just feel horrible that I'm gonna go on this trip. And Carmelo gets it now, like I was saying. He's like, oh, but you need a break. You need to spend time with George too.
Yeah.
But Belly's like, but my mom, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna be so lonely. And she makes me feel more guilty because she's attached to my,
Attached to you.
yeah, that she doesn't let me go to the bathroom by myself still. So I feel horrible in that aspect.
I get you, but I think a lot of people can relate to that on many different levels, whether it's work
Mm-hmm.
or like the gym. Like, even at that, like if I leave for the gym, I still feel bad. And Isaiah's like, just go, like they're fine. And I'm like, no, it's because I don't know. Maybe you think the same. Isaiah knows our kids so well, even Angel. But I feel like nobody on this earth knows them like me. I'm like, no, it's because I'll just stay. Like, I tell him, I'll just miss the gym. It's not a big deal. But then it backfires because then I feel shitty about myself. Like, like I feel like I'm gaining weight, or I feel like, damn, I should have gone to the gym. But I have that mom guilt that if I go do something and enjoy myself, like it's not fair to my kids. Like lately, now that Ava's older, I take her with me to go get pedicures. But Isaiah's like, you need to go by yourself too, because that's your time, like to not be with the kids, to just relax. But then I feel bad because Ava's into it. So I'm just like, how am I going to tell her no? Like, oh no, I want to be alone. So you're not coming. So I've just
Yeah.
been taking her with me. And I feel like we bond. But again, that's why I'm never alone. He's like, you don't allow yourself to be alone because you feel so bad. And I'm like, I know I'm not the only mom that feels this way.
You're
Right?
not. No, you're not at all. I feel like I know you said, Isaiah, like when I go out of town, I feel extra guilty if George is home with the kids because I feel like I'm like pushing the kids on him, even though
Mm-hmm.
he's not the dad. Like I'm like, watch the kids, watch the kids. And I feel horrible. And I'm like, wait, should I be having him watch the kids this much? Like, is this what I'm supposed to do? But he's like, you're not asking me. Like, I'm telling you, I want to do it. Like, it's okay. They're going to be fine. And I'm the type that will be on
Mm-hmm.
my trip and be like, did they eat? Did they do this? Did they do that? And he's like, you do know that
Mm-hmm.
I know how to take care of them, right? And I know he does. Like, I know he knows how to
Mm-hmm.
do everything. I know he knows their schedules, their bedtimes, everything. But I feel like he doesn't.
I get you. I completely get you on that. I'm the same way. I will text Isaiah and he's like, I do like the same thing. I know what I'm doing. Like, and if I don't, I'll ask you. But he's like, they're fine. I mean, I give props to men like George and Isaiah who will stay home with their kids. Cause I know you've gone out of town for like 5 days, right? Like for work and stuff. Or even personal reasons, and they're willing to stay home with them. And not that many men
Mhm.
will, especially if they're sick. They're kind of like,
Mhm.
no, like I'm not gonna deal with them. And they step up and do it. So I give them all the props in the world because I really do think not a lot of men would do that.
Oh,
Because
yeah, for
even when I
sure.
went out of town with my sister, like my kids stayed home with Isaiah. Like even for me, it wasn't even work related. Like I went to go enjoy myself, and I know that you've gone on trips for
Yeah.
personal reasons too. And it's kind of like they let us have that, you know?
And I feel bad because George doesn't have friends. Well, I mean, he has friends, but like not friends that he could be like, let's go to Vegas together, like I have, you know? So I feel bad because I'm like, oh, like, do you like want to go somewhere by yourself? And he's like, no, why would I want to do that? So I feel so bad that he's not planning trips
That
with
you
his
have
friends.
cool friends.
Yeah, that I'm the fun one and he's not. I'm just kidding.
It
He's
happens.
fun.
It
He's
happens.
fun. Um,
Natalie the last time texted me too. She's like, meet me for a drink because she lives down the street. And
uh
Isaiah was like, really? You're not gonna like you don't want to go with me? And I'm like, it's not my fault my friend lives down the street and there's a bar in between us. Like that has nothing to do with me. Like that's not my fault. Your friends
exactly.
don't tell you, hey, let's meet up for a drink, you know?
Exactly. And George has like no friends here. Like he only has them in El Paso. I'm his only friend. That's all he needs. But like even in El
Toxica.
Paso, exactly. Even in El Paso, like he wouldn't go with his friends alone. Like he would want me to go because I'm fun. Who wouldn't want me around? You know?
Exactly. That's why I meet up with you when I'm in Phoenix.
Exactly. I
I'm like,
make
it's
you
a
laugh.
must.
I
You
bring you to
do.
bomb restaurants.
To take my aesthetic picture. Or what is it called?
Aesthetic.
I know I say so many words wrong. Isaiah's like, you're not saying it right. He should have been an English teacher, I swear. Either
He
that
should
or I
have.
need to learn to speak correctly. Correct English. But no, mom guilt is yeah, that's hard, dude. I feel like it's so hard to just do things that I normally enjoy, but I feel in a sense you lose yourself. Like you start
Hmm.
losing pieces of yourself without even realizing it because you don't even know what you truly enjoy anymore since all the decisions you're making are based on your kids or that guilt that you feel. So it's kind of like gym, I don't really go anymore. I haven't gone because I haven't had time. And it's kind of like I enjoy doing that. Like it makes me feel better when I, put clothes on and I feel better
Hmm.
into it. And then now it's kind of like I'm like I enjoy reading. I enjoy doing other things and I feel like little by little I'm losing myself because I'm just constantly feeling that guilt for Josh and Ava. Even Angel too, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but like you said, the older they are, the more they understand. So Angel will
Hmm.
even be like, "Mom, like go, like you need to do stuff by yourself," and he'll like try to watch the kids so that I can like shower without having somebody, right there. But that's what's
Watching you.
hard. Yeah, dude, little creeper. Josh will sit, get a stool, set it outside of our shower, and just like sit there. And Isaiah's in
Poor
the kitchen, and I'm
baby.
just like, dude, like not even
Go
your
with your
dad
dad.
sits and watches me like that. Like, go to the kitchen.
He wants to see how you shower so he can learn.
He likes showers actually. But no, yeah, I feel that's the sad part that as women, we start losing ourselves.
Hmm.
And it's not horrible. I'm not saying like, oh, like blame your kids, but it's because in our minds, we want to do
They
what's best for our kids. They come
hmm
first.
Yeah, I agree. Do you feel that like even going like I know for me, like even going to the nail salon, I feel guilty because she likes to come with me
Hmm.
too. But I feel like guilty and not just that, but also like the foods we eat. Like this is bad. But when the kids are at school, we'll go have lunch, George and I, because we're both at home. And then later on, I feel so bad. Like I'm like, oh, our babies are gonna have to eat home cooked meals
Ramen. Go ahead.
while I'm eating out my sushi or whatever. Like I feel so bad. Like I feel like it gets you in like every situation you're in, like
It does.
eating, pedicures, freaking shopping,
It
anything.
does.
I feel like
Anything.
guilty doing.
I mean, I know we do because our kids are like picky eaters. Josh isn't, but Ava and Angel are. So me and Isaiah are like, let's go eat sushi since we don't have the kids. And sushi's pretty pricey, and we're like, fuck it, like let's go eat it because the
Yeah.
kids aren't, whatever. And then we feel guilty because we're like, you want to go to McDonald's, get some nuggets? And I'm just like, fuck, like that's horrible. Or like, oh, it's just horrible. Even with sweets, I have a horrible sweet tooth. And then I'll buy like Rice Krispies and I'm like, I gotta share with the whole family. Like, I just cut down. Dude, it happens every
Same.
time that I
I
I
know.
like heat up the Rice Krispies so it's a little melted. And I sit down and I'm gonna eat it. And Joshy's like, me, some. And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, here you go. Like, just take it. It's not even, I don't even want it anymore.
That's why you need to have a drawer and hide your snacks. So when you're going to eat them, the
Girl,
kids don't know where they're at. Because that's what I got to do sometimes.
girl, I'm gonna have to check and look into that
Follow me for more tips.
on how to hide snacks from your kids.
Honestly, though, I
What's
feel
it
like
called?
that's sometimes I have to do because, like, I like the Ben and Jerry's like little pints of ice
Things?
cream. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I like the cookie dough one that they have. It's so
Mm-hmm.
bomb. And no one in this freaking house likes cookie dough. And Belly one time tried that ice cream and now she's all about cookie dough. And so now I
So
have
now
to
she
hide my
wants.
ice cream. So when I'm eating it, she doesn't know. And it's funny, we used to live like in town, like closer to civilization. And when the kids would fall asleep, George and I would go like do our fast food runs and we'd get like In and Out and like all this bad food
Because
in the
they
middle
were
of the night because
asleep.
they were asleep. So I'm like, dang, I miss when we were at the apartment because we could like go do fast food runs and now we can't. We have to eat cereal.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
If I were there, I'd let you do. I'd DoorDash it to you.
Girl, it's
You're
expensive to
like,
DoorDash out here.
I don't know. I use the company card when I'm out there because they pay for my food. So
True.
thank you, company. Do you feel like you would like? I know you said you went for your bachelor's. Do you feel like you would have gone for your master's or even or whatever something else like an extra? You know how they have like
Mm-hmm.
workshops or whatever. If it wasn't like if without for not feeling that mom guilt or no,
No.
you can
Just
say
because I
no.
no.
You
Just
could
because I
say
wasn't
no.
interested. The only reason why I got my bachelor's is because I wanted to be like, oh, I did it. And now I did it
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, meh. I feel
You're
like
like I'm done.
I feel like if my job allowed me to like make a ton more money getting my master's, which it probably
Mm-hmm.
might, but because I haven't seen an increase since I got my bachelor's, I'm kind of like, meh, why do I want to do all that
Like
hard
it's not
work?
a big deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like for you, it obviously helped you because you are now where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm already here, I kind of feel like, man, I'm good. Like I don't really need to
I
put myself under that stress.
think like in some cases it does take away from that. Like I did get my master's and I did feel guilty for leaving like the house to go study at Starbucks, and now I want to get my CIA. And no, it's not the certified intelligence agents, not to work
It's
like
the
undercover,
auditing, right?
okay? It's certified internal auditor, and I bought all the study material and I have yet to open the book because I feel like I'm already busy as it is. Like, how am I gonna study? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how am I gonna? I feel so guilty. And I tell Isaiah, in order to move up, I like to
You
management,
have
you
to
have
get
to
it.
have a certification, any certification. It could be a CPA, CIA, but I like auditing. So I feel guilty and I feel like it sets me back. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of like, how long am I gonna wait to actually study for it?
Hmm. We have one similar. Ours is the PMP, which is the project manager certification or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
ours is really hard, I've heard. I've gone through the boot camp, but when I did the boot camp, the kids were small. It was when I was living in El Paso and I came to Phoenix for a week, and then you're supposed to schedule the test right after,
Yeah.
but that week you have to like focus on just the test. And I had so
Mm-hmm.
much shit going on that I didn't focus. I wasn't like studying or anything like that. And then when I took
Mm-hmm.
the test, I failed. So I'm like, I don't ever want to do that test. And my boss will ask me constantly, like, are you going to take it? Are you going to take it? And I'm like, no, like,
You don't think you would do it now that the kids are older? Like instead of reading all those books you read, you can study at Carmelo's game. I mean practices or something like that. Because I mean, I think it's hard. I can't study at Ava's practices because I have Josh. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But like you, that Carmelo and Bally are a little older. You don't think you would?
No, because it's not something that interests me. Like, even though I can
That
get
makes
more
sense.
money and it
Yeah.
can for sure help my career, I don't want to do it because it's not something that, even if we get the certification, the stuff that we learn in the certification isn't going to help us with what we do every day to day stuff. Like, if I'm going to go for
So you
something,
find it pointless.
yeah. Like, I
kind of.
would rather go for something that's gonna help me instead of something that's just, like, a reward. You know, like, I
No, no,
just
I get you. I get what you're saying. I mean, that's true too. I just wanted to know if you felt like it held you back because of the kids, but that's good
and I
that
do
you
feel
feel
like
that
I
way.
would have the bandwidth, like, maybe because even though, like, I'm at soccer and I can read, I don't really, like, have to pay attention to every single thing. Like, I can read it quick and then be like, "Oh, this happened." You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to, like, take notes and, like, focus on it, and even then, like, we have soccer Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays. She has dance Wednesdays, Friday she has volleyball, and then we usually have games Saturdays. So my only free day is really Sunday because I still work
Sunday.
a full-time job. And the
And we
Sundays are my
record the
cleaning days.
podcast.
Exactly. So Sundays are like my cleaning day, recording, um, laundry. Like I don't have time to put something else on my plate. So I'm like, yeah, no. I
It's because it's a lot. I
It
can't
is.
even imagine when Joshy starts. Isaiah wants him to start T-ball next year when he turns 3, and I feel like we're already all over the place with just Ava because Angel's not in sports. If he's always studying and doing nonsense with computer coding, and I don't know. I don't know anything about that world. And Ava's the only one that we're constantly like taking to practice and taking to games and another game that I'm like, girl, I give you props. Like even hearing your schedule, I'm just like, and again, that's when the mom guilt comes in. Like,
Yeah,
how are you gonna tell like, oh no, we're not going to your games today because I have something to do? Like, I feel
exactly.
like it's just then we're just selfish. And nowadays as a mom,
Exactly.
I feel like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Like if you do it for yourself or you get a career, it's kind of like, oh well, she's not with her kids. But then
Exactly.
if you are with your kids, you're like, oh well, she doesn't contribute to like the financials of the house. And it's kind of like
Exactly.
it's you just
Like
have
we
no
don't
win.
win. Exactly.
As
Like,
women, we
I
don't.
feel like everything is either our fault or it's not. And it sucks because even with like our busy schedules and stuff, like literally whenever I'm trying to plan something to like even go meet up with a friend, I'm like, this day doesn't work. Like I'm trying to plan something with my friend right
Mm-hmm.
now, and she's like, let's just go get coffee. And I'm like, perfect. Yeah, let's do coffee. And she's like, okay, when can you this weekend? And I'm like, oh, I'm in El Paso. Next weekend, oh, it's Carmelo's birthday. The weekend after that, oh, we're in San Diego. Like we just don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because
It's true.
that's when I like to get away and I like to have my alone time. But when am I going to do it if we're always with the kids? And George tells me, like, you don't have to sit at Carmelo's practices every day. Like, you can, like, drop him off and then come back. But in my head, I'm like, what if something happens and I'm not there? What if something,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Because it really
he
can. It's
gets
because you think
hurt?
you hear stories of like
Yes.
something happened and they're like, where's the mom? And she's nowhere, and you're just like,
Exactly.
what if that
So now,
happens?
instead of us coming home, we're going to start walking just around the park. And I'm like, I feel safer because even though I'm not
Oh, I
watching
saw
him,
your post.
yeah, we're still going to get a little walk in. We're going to get a little bit of exercise and not feel like I'm all the way at home instead of the park, which home is only like 10 minutes away. But still, like, it freaks me out to know that I'm going to be away.
No, I get you. Girl, I'm crazy. I wouldn't leave either. I could walk around the park, but I wouldn't leave. But I get you. I feel like no matter what, we get blamed. And that's kind of, I
Yeah.
think maybe that's why it triggers the mom guilt because if a child behaves badly, no one's ever like, oh, well, the dad doesn't discipline them. It's always like the mom. Like the comment is always made towards the mom. Like,
Which
oh, well, the
sucks.
mom's always at work or the mom's never home or the mom this. And it's
Oh,
kind of
she's
like,
out partying.
yeah, well, girl, I can't even hang. But yeah, they do make comments like that.
They do, though.
But I'm one of my friends actually. We have a couple friend at a couple friend. Does that make sense? A friend who's a couple. I don't know how to word it. Not a couple of friends. Like I'm saying, like
They're together.
yes, we have a friend couple.
A friend that's
How do you?
friends that are dating.
They're married.
Oh,
I
they're
don't know how to
married.
word it. We have a married
Another
friend
married
couple.
couple.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So her son is close to Joshy's age. And she went to go, I think, use the restroom or shower. I can't recall. She went to go use the restroom or shower. So she told her husband, like, oh, watch the baby. I'm going to go to the restroom, shower, whatever. Well, the baby started choking. So they took him to, they called the ambulance. They took him to the hospital. The doctor told her where was mom? And I told her he was with his dad. Like, what does he mean? Like, where was mom? Like, why? Like, he's with the dad. Like,
Right.
the dad has enough. I was so annoyed, not at her, of course, annoyed at the response from the doctor. Like, maybe if they were with some random friend or a random person. They were with the little boy was with his dad. Like, why does it matter where the mom was? Like, the dad who can is totally capable of watching the kid. Like, why did, and not that it was the dad's fault. It wasn't his fault either. Okay, I'm not saying it was.
No,
I'm just saying, like, for the doctor to make that comment, like I said, it always just goes back to the mom. Like,
but
she was
that's
in
what
the
it
freaking
is.
restroom or
Mhm.
showering. She wasn't even out. Like, she was doing something that she needs to do. She gotta go, you gotta go. And it was kind of, I was kind of like appalled at the fact that it's just kind of like, yep, it's the mom's fault because she had to use the restroom at that moment or she had to shower.
Yeah. I feel like that's true, like 100% that's true because I've even gotten comments where they're like, "Oh, and what about mom? What about mom?" Like, "What about mom? Shit, if mom wants to go take a bathroom break, like let her." Like I think that it's just the way we live and like how everybody is more about the mom is like the primary parent even though they're not. That's what it comes down to is everybody thinks that it's always the mom.
Mhm. I agree. I think it's sad. I felt really bad for her because then she felt guilty, and I'm just like,
She
I mean,
has no
everybody says
reason
it.
to
Like,
feel
what about
guilty.
the mom? Like, what about the mom? And I'm just like, it's not your fault. Like, it's not. I really don't
Exactly.
think it's his fault either. Like, kids put something in their mouth in like the split second. Like, it could happen to anybody. Like I said, I just think it wasn't right for the doctor to be like, well, where was mom? Like that she was there. And she's like, where was mom? And I was like, why? Like, why make that comment? You know, maybe
And
just
even if
say,
the mom was
oh, like,
there, she could have literally like picked something up and in that 2
mm-hmm,
seconds he could have choked. Like for
mm-hmm,
example, I was in the living room like a year ago. I was watching
mm-hmm.
TV. Belly was sitting like on the dining table. Like our living room is here and our dining table's here. Like they're right next to each other. I was watching TV. I was
Mhm.
watching her. She was building a little Lego. She was having fun. And have you seen those Lego dots? They're like tiny. It's like a
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah. They're
circle.
like
They're
flat kind of.
Yes, she was
Mhm.
taking it off with her teeth so she could build her next Lego set, and she pulls it off, and the little tiny circle goes in her mouth, and she swallows it, and she's freaking out, she's choking, like, she's going crazy,
Yeah,
and I
I would
get up, and I'm
too.
like, "What's happening? Are you okay? Are you okay?" And she's like, "I just swallowed a Lego," and she's freaking out, and, like, that was all me. George wasn't here. I
Mhm.
was downstairs, like, obviously, it was an accident. It's not like I was
Yeah, yeah.
not watching her.
Neglecting her. Mhm.
Yeah, it was just an accident and she freaked out and she was fine. But I'm pretty sure if I was to go to the doctor, he would be like, "Why weren't you watching her? Like, what was she doing that you couldn't watch her swallow a Lego?" But I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure she pooped it out now because it was
I'm
tiny.
glad. I'm
Yeah.
glad that she got it out of her system. But it's true. Like, I honestly think that's one of the issues on why moms feel guilty for doing stuff. So I
Because
think
everything is blamed
society
on us.
or the world just, yeah, they put that pressure on women that it's kind of like, nope, well, you can't do that because you have kids, or you can't, get further in your career because you have kids, and you can't leave them alone because then you're a bad mom because you're not there for your kids. And I think
Exactly.
that sucks. Like, why can't we be good and like further in our career and still be good parents?
A
Like,
good
our
parent.
career, yeah, is obviously we're providing for our kids with that money. So I think it's just society that puts that pressure on women that you have to, either choose to be a good mom or have a good career, because if not, people are going to make their comments. I think at this point,
Exactly.
we have to learn to just block out the noise, do what's best for you, and you're a good mom. So don't listen to what everybody says. Go after your career, go study, go take trips with I don't know, with your friends for a day or two
Your
or for the
spouse.
weekend.
Yes.
And don't feel guilty. Like, we all need it. We're humans. I feel like because we're moms, people put us like at a different, I don't know, like we don't have feelings or emotions. I don't know, honestly. Like,
No,
they just
honestly, and I
I
do
don't.
feel like the way our parents grew up and our grandparents, they never did anything like that. So for us to be like, I'm going to go take a trip with my friends, it's like the end of the world because they never got to do that. And all we're doing is like taking care of ourselves now that they're realizing, like, oh shit, you can actually take care of yourself and still be a good parent.
Yeah, you're right. I think that has a lot to do with it because I think like that Mexican culture where the women stayed
Hmm.
home and took care of the kids, and
Didn't go to
it's not about what
school.
you want. It's
Uh
about,
huh.
yeah, like my mom will make comments. She's like, when I was younger, I couldn't even go here. And I'm just like, I understand that, but times have changed in so many ways. Like,
Hmm.
and I get it that because she'll be like, well, I didn't go on date nights when I was younger, and I didn't do this when I was younger. And I'm like, I understand, but the world has changed in so
It's
many
so
ways.
different now.
Relationships have changed in so many ways.
Yeah.
Like, Yes, like you can't really say that. Like it's just different. So I think that old mentality has a lot to do with it too, where people are just they're gonna judge you. So you might as well just do what you want, what's best for you, is my
Exactly.
conclusion. I
I
learned to just block it all
100%
out.
agree. I feel like I need to do a better job at
Mhm.
just knowing that no matter what I do or what places I go to without the kids, we're still good parents because I still
You are. You're
guilt.
amazing. They're great. They're
So are
healthy.
you.
They're in activities. They love you. Like
They
it's
better
just
love me.
they're good. And you you have a good partner. I have a good partner that helps us, so I think like we make more of
And
it than we should.
nobody knows what happens inside our home. Like, that's
It's
just
true.
for you and Isaiah, for me and George.
And your
Like, no one
family.
knows. Like, because this is way off topic, but I know people talk so much shit to me, or may not to me, but they probably think it because George. It looks like George does a lot at home, but I think we have like the same like
Girl, you say George does a lot at
responsibilities.
home.
No, he
You're the one
does.
saying that he
No, no,
cooks
no,
and he
but even, like, when
cleans.
people come and I'm, like, hanging out with them and he starts cleaning, they're like, "Oh, he's cleaning?" Like, I'm not telling him to clean, he just wants to, like, I don't sit here and I'm like, "I'm gonna hit you if you don't clean the house," type of situation, like, he just wants to clean, but, like, again, no one knows the shit that I do when he's at work or that I clean up the kitchen and cook while he's working all week, and then weekends he does it. Like, no one sees that because no one's around when that happens.
I'm glad you got that off your chest, Erica. I totally agree with you, though. Nobody does know. It's true.
Nobody
Like
does.
they could sit here and judge you, but at the end of the day, like if your kid wants to be with you and like you have those moments at home with them, and they like like they love you. Like nobody does know what goes on in your home, and as long as your kids never complain to you, I don't know. I would cry if Ava didn't want me as her mom, but what's it called, Ava
Same.
or Josh or Angel? I know I always say Ava, but it's because
We
she's a
know
girl.
Ava's your favorite.
No, not at all. She's my only daughter. I love her so much. But yes, I agree. I feel like mom guilt isn't going to be fixed. Like no matter what we tell you on this episode, no matter how much we tell you you're a good mom, like go for your dreams and still be a good parent. It's all possible. We're still going to feel it, but just try to block out the noise and remember at the end of the day, like those kids, your kids, like they love you. Like they're always going to love you. They look up to you. Like they just want your acceptance. So
Even when they're being annoying,
go
they still
forth.
love you.
Yes, even when you're annoyed
You
by
got
them.
this.
But go conquer the world, go for your goals, be a good mom. You could have it all. You got it.
Go out with your friends, get drunk. No pasa nada. Live your
Oh
best
girl,
life.
no. I can't. But
Live your
yes,
best
if
life.
that is for you, go do that. But if you have any suggestions, any topics, or any stories in relation to mom guilt like that, like where you go out of town for work constantly, or where you want to go out with your friends and it's an issue or a problem, please share with us. We are always into knowing these situations and how you guys handle them.
100%. We want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow,
Share. Oh my God,
share.
angle.
Rate us,
Share.
all the good stuff. We haven't recorded in an episode,
Yes.
so any shares would be appreciative because
Yes. And we're
hopefully we
so
didn't
sorry
fall off
lose
the
you
wagon.
guys. Yes. If you hear this episode, mom life definitely took over nonstop. Like
It did.
strep, hand, foot, mouth, work, it just all was too much. But yes, do all of the above that Erica listed, and
Have a
we will
wonderful
talk to you
week.
guys next episode.
Bye.
Bye.